Why do you like them? Did you like them though?
I love them.
Okay. I got ordered some mushrooms. I know, people think I give the worst gifts. They're like, you give them sauce, you give them mushrooms, you give them your leftovers. It's just true.
We're not psychedelic mushrooms, okay?
There, now they're like, ooh, good, something worthy. You get what people like. I don't like watches. If you go out and gift me a $200 watch, I'm not going to be any more or less happy than if you gifted me a durian, frozen durian pod for $12.
No.
Money, and it's about what people actually like. And I've got to run plenty of expensive stuff, thank you very much. Plenty. So, the third is when I park, I was talking to my manager on the phone. By the way, I'm just saying, I have a couple of managers. I shouldn't even be saying all this. Let's just say one works for Google, one works for YouTube, one is personal that works for a talent agency who manages different business stuff for my channel. And I changed around a few of them. Let's just, again, this is personal stuff and whatever. I share too much of my life. Let's just say I love her. They are amazing, all of them. I'm so happy with the change. So happy. That's all I'm going to say. I wish you could say more. It's a funny story how things worked out, but she's great. It just, happy. But anyway, so I was talking to them, and I parked the car. Whenever I get off the phone, I walk in, go straight to the customer service desk. And there was a man being helped by a woman, and there was another woman there by her. You know, there was an older lady helping the man, and there was a younger woman who's just standing around at the desk, and she's like, "How can I help you?" She offered. I'm like, "Okay." I walk right up. So I'm like, "Hello, I'd like to return these." And I felt so I don't know how to make this sound. I mean, I think it's a very humble thing, what I'm about to say, but I don't want people to take it wrong, or I hope I'm saying it the right way. Let me use this. I'm just going to tell you. I'm married to someone whose skin is darker than mine. Now, you always see on the news, white privilege, white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. So, and you see other white people saying, "Oh no," like you don't know what you're talking about. You see other white people saying, "Oh yeah, I definitely have it," like, "Wow, they cool." You see black people, Hispanic people saying, "Oh no, white people don't have it. No, it's just other, our fellow black community. They're saying it just to get attention." Then you see other Hispanic and white people saying, "Oh no, it's true. We get scrutinized all the time for what the white person would not get scrutinized for." Well, I've been with Orlin again, whose skin is darker than mine, for how many years now? 6 years. Well, we were in Colombia. It's a little different in Colombia because I was the one who stood out, right? Well, I also was, like, "Oh, let's charge him 5 times more for that tomato because he's white. Oh, bring no tourists, Okay, but and that was annoying. So that started to make me feel like what it's like to look a little, not different. I mean, we live right outside of a huge city, one of the biggest cities in the country. And even in cities, you see it all the time. Well, this has happened so many times where I go to return an item, no questions asked. "Hello, sir, how are you? Thank you. Goodbye." Put the receipt in my hand. No question asked. And then Orlin goes to return something, either for me or with me, or again for me, or his own, or just something of his own, He's returned lots of stuff to Bed Bath & Beyond. He's returned stuff to Walmart and stuff. Just like, I don't like it, or it didn't work out, or I didn't even open it, I changed my mind, it's been a week. Here's the receipt. These are return policies that stores have, and you're allowed to do it, and we follow the rules. Well, I just really, truly felt that privilege at Macy's. because like I said, it was an older woman and an older man. He was trying to return something. It was me and her. The older woman was white. The other cashier lady, and the older man, the customer, and their son was black. And they would already started trying to do their return. I walked by, did my return. The person who came up to me was black and not white. And no questions asked. Hi, can I help you? Okay, sir. Do you happen to have your receipt? If not, maybe we can look for it. You know that. I'm like, no, here it is. And I had the receipt, I had the tags. Didn't ask what was wrong with it. Didn't ask if I even used it. No questions. Just boom, here you go. Have a nice day. And I could overhear this woman, the other cashier lady, like interrogating the guy. Well, I don't know. Well, yes, it's a part of our policy, but it's our discretion. It's our discretion to actually return it. And he's like, well, what's wrong with it? You know, I only used it for a week. I don't like it. I see. Oh no, well, and it's the original tag stuck to it. Like I had that happen with Orland, where I would return something to Bed Bath & Beyond. They have an amazing return policy. If I went to return something, I just changed my mind. I didn't like it. No questions asked. Boom, here you go. Have a nice day. He goes, and they say, well, the original tag still has to be on the item. No, it doesn't. If I say it does, it does. You know what I mean? And it has to have that original little plastic thing that it's like the ice or retail. It's like a little gun. You go beep, and it makes like a plastic loop to combine the ticket, the little ticket piece of paper that says the price to the item, like a sticker. And you're not going to keep that on if you're wearing something or washing something. Like Bed Bath & Beyond, you can have a pair of sheets. You try it out, you wash it, you think it doesn't wash well or doesn't dry well. You can return that if you want, you know what I mean? Like, well, it doesn't have the stickers on for Orland, so he can't return, that have to be taken off with your special store, like little detacher machine. So like you can't unzip the package that has like a little lock. And they have to unlock it at the store, they go beep with a little pin. And they forgot to take that off. And I drove all the way home with my pillows. I was so excited to use them. I kept them, by the way, but they were locked, and I had to drive all the way back and get them unlocked. And the manager, by the way, manager or whatever, Costco. Oh, the lady at Costco, so rude to you. Orland.
Yeah, she was very rude.
I'm like, looking at my phone, like, so rude to you. No, that's Chelsea. Yeah, and I just truly feel it. I truly feel it when I go to do things like that. You know, you ask the waiter for more stuff, or you ask to speak to a supervisor, or you just go to fast food restaurants. They just, like, and I've been with Orland. They're just like, this is totally because you're effing so much, but, where it's like I would do the exact same thing and be night and day. Reaction, response, the protocol to, you know, taking care of the problem, the issue at hand, totally different response. And again, Orland's not walking in there with a frown. I do believe too, just throwing that out there, if you walk in there all trying to be tough with a smirk and with an attitude, what you give, you get back. I do believe that. But then there's a lot of people who are nice and trying to do what white people can do all the time. And everything's harder for them for whatever reason. Hey Chelsea, so if this doesn't work, I think one of the only, try your computer again, try restarting it like you said. So it might be the file, it might be too big, that's the thing. Let me try Dropbox one more time. If that doesn't work, then we might have to just upload it to YouTube and download it, if you're okay with that. If not, if you can, just research like another way to send files, because those are the only ones I know of. Google, Dropbox, e-transfer, and YouTube. So, sorry, I shouldn't be doing this in the middle of my mukbang, but it is midnight-ish. We're posting our videos tomorrow, and she has a definition. I just sent her the thing, and it's not working right. Yeah. Oh! Was that you too?
Not you.
No! No, people who are listening to it, they have surround sound.
Or same crowd.
Listen, there's people listening with their headphones and they just heard surround sound musical. They heard beep, 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 different parts of the room. People were like, man, no, I would not want to walk into that room right now. Shoot. But yes, this happens all the time, doesn't it, Orland?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. And it shocks me. It shocks me, and it makes me think, like, what? Like, I didn't do anything special to have better customer service, or for people to just play by the rules for me, or for people to acknowledge me with a smile when I walk into the restaurant. Like, I didn't do anything special to get that. And it makes me feel bad because it's my husband, and I think of all the people who are strangers to me. Again, like that man, I felt like I honestly thought once I was leaving too, I'm like, what if it was that TV show? What would you do? And I should have spoke up because I would love to be on that show. I just heard it again. I would love to be on that show. You know that show, What Would You Do? I love that show. I would cry happy tears from that show. Why didn't I speak up? I should have been like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Here, let's practice. You're the cashier, right? And you're helping me. She said, thank you, have a good day. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I can't help but overhear the conversation next to me, and it sounds like the man's having trouble returning his item. Is there a problem here that, that maybe I could do something to help? Something like that, just kind of nicely butt in. And I would see what the white cashier lady would say. Well, they're not cashiers, what are they? Salespeople. Did Chelsea say anything? Okay. She's gonna tell me what to do. And I would see how she'd respond. I felt like it was that TV show, like they were about to pop out saying, hi, you're on camera. I could have socked her. Oh gosh, you know what I mean? Like I could have done a lot of things. I could be like, get him. Could have grabbed her by the hair. You give that man his money. I could have, I don't know, say good for you, he doesn't deserve it. I could have been like all racist or something. You know what I mean? Like, people, I wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying that's what the TV show captures. People in real life, their real life reactions. Mine was just inquisitory, observant, and mindful, but long story short, I just feel very privileged and gassy. No, take the book out. Shh. Hi everyone, I'm back. Well, you would think I ate beans or something. Hi everyone, I'm back. Sorry, I just changed the camera battery again. A long story short, I do feel very privileged, and I experience this often now. Really, I really do. I just thought I should share with my subscribers. I don't feel any better than you. If you're black, if you're brown, I don't feel any more important than you. Again, if you come up with an attitude and you're white, you might get an attitude back. You know what I mean? Come in with an attitude if you're black, you get an attitude back. You know what I mean? I do believe some people are looking to fight, are looking to say, they're looking to be treated differently so they can yell and start something. There's some people who are aggressors, agitators. So that's one thing. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Orland. My sweet, kind, like, little humble word. Just like, hello, I'd like to return this please. Soft-spoken. But happens to be Hispanic, and I just see the way they treat him compared to me.
You love Latinos.
Huh?
You love Latinos.
I love Latinos. I'm all about the blacks and the Latinos. All for. He's smiling. He's like, I really am. Is it uncomfortable for you to hear, for me to say this story in front of you?
No, it's not.
Do you feel like I'm embarrassed?
No.
No? Okay, good. I don't want to embarrass you.
Roast the Walmart workers. Those are the worst.
Oh, so the Walmart workers are
They're so bad.
Hmm.
I don't know why they keep being along so much at any Walmart store. Yeah. I like their Latino workers.
Oh, no, so there's Latinos too.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. And I just feel like when like for example, I went to Costco the other day, and you would think, being a bigger guy, I have a lot of strength, but I don't. I'm very weak. Well, yeah, I'm weak, right? Or I'm pretty weak. I'm useless. So I get him a watermelon. I got these bagel things that were really heavy. What else that were heavy?
Are you gonna tell the story of the line when I was in the line at Costco?
Hold on, let me finish with this story. All I want to say is that I needed help putting things into boxes. And I was so happy because there was like an older woman who was basically the back, because you know Costco, they have baggers that literally take your cart, put things onto to the bar, the little conveyor belt for you, leave things into the cart that are too heavy, they scan it with their gun, they help you box it up. And I just, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like, oh, bananas too. I had to get like a bunch of bananas for Orland, so it's like 10 hands of bananas. And I'm like, oh, that's very heavy. And so when I'm going through and I give them my Costco membership card so they can scan me into their system, and I ask the bagger lady, I'm like, hi, do we have boxes today by any chance? I say it like that. Very inquisitory, but nice. Not like, can I have some boxes? Or like, can you box that up? Or, no, not even can you. Or maybe it's like, box that please. Or like, give me some boxes. That's all asking for the same thing, but how you say it. Like, give me some boxes. Can I have some boxes? Do we have boxes today? May I please have boxes? Or, I try to say it very conversationally and nicely. I know how to talk, okay? So, and I said that, and she responded very well back. Like, oh yeah, of course, honey. Blah, blah. And she did the whole thing for me. And I kept saying, oh, thank you, you're so kind. Like, and she did this and that. And, yeah. But I think, too, had I walked in there and been like, give me some boxes, or an attitude, like, are you going to box that or not? You know what I mean? Like, then she'll start throwing the bananas, like, tossing them in, not with care. And so I think you need to go in with, like, when you're speaking to people in public, like, really kind. So there's my little story there. Long, it took forever to say it, I know.
No, one thing is that I do notice that in Pennsylvania, I get very nasty looks. You notice that kind of stuff.
I do.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what you feel, maybe.
Like I go up when I went out for a walk on my own in the neighborhood and the people are
No. Good night, Chelsea Lynn. She's off to sleep. So yeah, there's my story. Do you agree or disagree? Oh. Well. Even we were watching, what was it, Judge Judy the other day, Orland.
Yeah.
And there was a case. She didn't call him out for being, not prejudiced, but just, I don't want to say the word, it's a mean word. She didn't call him out for that, but she didn't side with the white person. The white person, okay, listen, this is what happened. There's a white lady, and she was walking a dog, but she wasn't walking. She was riding a scooter, like a little tricycle, a scooter that had a couple wheels. And she had dogs tied to either end of her handlebars, a Great Dane and a small dog. I forget the name of the dog.
A medium-sized dog.
A medium-sized dog. And this lady's probably like 45, 50 years old. That's not safe, number one. Number two, you are not in control of those pets when you're passing other people's property. So it's like a suburban neighborhood, you're walking along the sidewalk on a little scooter, and there's the grass, the lawns that, have the sidewalk, the driveway that leads up to the houses. And that's not a good way to walk your dogs, even if you're a strong man. Like, you are not in control. If they take off, you fall off. Their little leashes fly off the handlebars. You are not in control. Well, she claimed the defendant was a black guy. And she claimed that his small Shih Tzu was in the yard of his property, came off the yard, bothered her dogs on the sidewalk, causing them distress and causing her. What was she suing for exactly, Orlin? Do you remember?
She was suing because he told her to get out of his property because she needed.
No, what was she suing him for? Why did she even go to court?
She made a fake video of it.
No, what was she trying to get out of it? What was she suing for? Do you remember? Was there damage?
They buy her a new scooter because her big dog knocked her over and died.
Was it damage to the scooter? Okay, damage to the scooter. I know, it's for some kind of damage. Obviously, it was the scooter. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. So basically, she said that the Shih Tzu came off the little dog, came after the Great Dane, disturbed her Great Dane, who took off, made her come off her scooter, and the scooter got dragged along the sidewalk, scratched up and whatever. Now I remember. Yeah. And she said that the guy was responsible. And then he was countersuing her, saying, that is not my responsibility. They were on my property. They did not go off my property. You were negligent by not being in control of your dogs. And you don't walk dogs on scooters. That's not a safe way to do it in a discussion. But she was coming to his house, knock on the door, asking who lives here. I'm getting the police. She called the police. Because her scooter got scratched from her own dogs who got excited from seeing another dog. And she called the police to come. The police came, and I was watching this with Warren. I'm like, talk about abusing tax dollars. You know what I mean? Like, the police, I think people sometimes should have to pay for that service. It's just abusing tax dollars for these police to come, look at that. Watching this, I'm like, this is clearly her trying to get something out of him, thinking that she's about. It was just the way she was speaking.
She called the police.
Yes.
To get the name of the owner of the Shih Tzu.
Yes, to get the name.
She got mad because she should have done
her excuse. And the man was countersuing, saying this is literally harassment. No. Neither of them brought race into the equation. But you know darn well, if Orlin called the police because his scooter got scratched 4 days ago, and he wants to go to someone's house to find out their name, the police are not going to come do that. You know, or if they do, they're going to walk away real fast saying, oh, we can't help you. You know, like, it's just.
And we had a break-in in our house.
Oh, yes, you did. And they did nothing. Orlin's mother, a long time, this was before I was on YouTube, because we used to live there, me and Orlin, in his mom and dad's house. And there was a break-in in the living room, through the window. And they called the police and they did nothing. So basically there was a break-in and the police did nothing. They didn't even help him because his mom doesn't know English, his dad knows a little bit of English, and they were just like, bye. You know, like.
No, I was there speaking English.
Oh, you were?
I was perfect English. They didn't care. They said, we're gonna look into this. They never got back to us. We went to the police station and we asked them what happened, and they said, oh, we couldn't find the culprit. I'm like, you have the DNA. There was this genetic material everywhere. He got cut with the glass. If I can say that word. He got hurt with the glass. And well, and then they just didn't care. They didn't care. They didn't do anything. Yeah.
Anyways, just this Judge Judy episode, it was so ironic that 2 days later I was Macy's and I saw this treating people differently. They don't even have to bring up the skin color, but it's just like, it just happens automatically. That lady was such a brat. I want to smack her. And the guy was very professional too. Remember the defendant?
Yeah.
Very professional. Like, how much better can you get? He spoke perfectly about his defense. It just.
It was funny to me that she was even recording that.
Oh, that's the best part.
She was trying to fish for this in the first.
That's the part that I'm missing. Shoot, I should have said that from the beginning. Thank you. This is why you're here. I forgot, honey. This is what happened. She happened to be recording her phone, filming her dog right before she got in front of his house. And she filmed the dog taking off. The phone fell on the ground. She claimed that his little Shih Tzu was yapping. And steering your vehicle, your little bicycle or whatever, why were you recording with one hand? Then you were definitely not even having your phone out while taking your dogs for a walk right before you get to this man's house. And anyways, so they played the video. She used it as evidence, this lady. And you listen to the tape and you don't hear a single bark. And Judge Judy's like, play that again. I didn't hear the bark. She's like, oh, listen really carefully, you can hear it. And she's like, no madam, no barks whatsoever. And she turns to Bert. Bert, I think his name is. He's the
Yeah.
what's his
the police
bodyguard? No, there's a name for him. There's a name for him.
officer.
No, it's a special like in the courtroom, but he basically announces the jury in and out. He declares what case is being presented. He's like a speaker of the house. Let's see. Hey Siri, who is Judge Judy's friend Bert? Question mark.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Bird.
Judge Judy's friend Bird. Check it out.
Here we go. LA Times. Bird and Judge Judy is a bond that's secure. Yeah, he's been there forever. What is he called?
Son.
Oh, okay. What is his name? What does he do? A bailiff. A bailiff.
Oh,
Bailiff.
we would know that.
A bailiff. B-A-I-L-I-F-F. Bailiff. Bailiff.
That's a
Bailiff.
word that I learned at school. Yeah.
Hey Siri, what's a bailiff?
A bailiff is a manager, overseer, or custodian, a legal officer to whom some degree of authority or jurisdiction is given. Shall I continue?
No. I can go away. So yeah, the bailiff. the authority of the courtroom. Given authority we have. Okay, so anyways, yeah, and there's no dog barking. No whatsoever. And that's when my gut instinct was like, okay. And then I found out she went to his house a couple days later and called the police to try to find out his name. I'm like, if this was Susie down the street or Sarah Margaret, like, this would not have happened. Especially if it was a woman. No, because it was a black man. And Judge Judy should have pointed that out. But again, your gut instinct is not always factual, so maybe it's a good thing she did. It's like she's trying to create prejudice. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's funny because we watched that episode together as a couple, and then it was amazing since all that whole thing go down with that other black guy. I'm like, that's just sad. We're back home. We're home. Hello, this is our mom. Video, this is one video. 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 What baby?
How's the blizzard?
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, you haven't had it before, right?
I had a blizzard when I was a kid.
So what's the difference between ice cream and a blizzard?
This is kind of cooking. I'm calling it my first blizzard. It's not my first blizzard, it's my first blizzard on camera. Also my first blizzard in a very long time because I ate them as vegetarian, so I went vegan in 2012.
You okay?
It's my body saying, yeah, go back.
I can't do my neck maneuver on him because my hands don't connect.
Am I that big? Oh, my titties are too big. Oh god, that's gonna be a little sound bite for something. See? It was the cheese curd. Got the cheese curd stuck in my throat. Anyways, what was I going to say? I was gonna say something. Oh, blizzard, yeah. Then I stopped being vegan, did mukbangs, obviously, but I never had one ever since. So, let's say it was 5 years vegan plus I've been doing mukbangs for 2 or 3 years. So it's a good 8 years since I've had a blizzard, at least. Because it's not like I had a blizzard the day before I went vegan. So, we're gonna call it my first time having a blizzard. Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between a blizzard and normal ice cream? So like a shake?
It's kind of like a milkshake.
Okay.
And hey Siri, what is a blizzard from Dairy Queen?
Okay, I found this on the web. First, what is a blizzard from Dairy Queen?
Let's see here. Don't you like Siri sometimes? What is Blizzard? DairyQueen.com will tell us. Blizzard treats, upside down thick. Oh, when they gave it to me in the drive-thru, they went like this. They turned it upside down with no lid on.
Why?
And they went like this. They're like, here you go, upside down, and then they give it to you to show that it is thick. So it's basically thick ice cream.
Isn't all ice cream thick?
Let's see. There has to be a difference. What is
What
a
did your mom say? It's just like
blizzard versus ice cream? I had to check this out because seriously, I didn't want. What is a blizzard versus ice cream? The scientific reason as to why Dairy Queen blizzards don't fall.
Is that a thing?
Dairy Queen blizzards are a magical thing. Not only do they taste pretty epic, but they also appear to defy gravity. Dairy Queen is still on a mission to prove to the world that once and for all, that the chain is committed to offering the thickest and most delicious treat experience. There it is. Requiring employees to serve each blizzard upside down. How is that possible? The trick is in the ingredients, the cup, or the magic. We spoke with the basics. The Dairy Queen soft serve is technically classified as ice milk. The Food and Drug Administration requires a minimum of 10% butterfat content in ice cream, but Dairy Queen soft serve has only 5% butterfat content. We also need to consider the difference between ice cream and soft serve. During the freezing process, air is added to soft serve to enhance the creaminess and lightness of the final product. Have you had a soft serve ice cream?
No.
You don't know what soft serve ice cream is?
Well,